What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Shakkas Den. Dreon Santana here, Nikki Bougie here. The Salt Shakers are in the building, and it is time for a little bit of NXT Uncut.
That is right, you guys. NXT Uncut here on your Tuesday nights. We're here in the Shakers Den. Of course, the South Shakers, the only dominating tag team in wrestling media history. Like I said, we're on our way to Roadblock for next week, and even though it's short timing, especially with all the matches that they're trying to put together for the show and everything, I'm sure there's going to be more matches and everything announced. But what did you think of tonight's episode? Are you looking forward to Roadblock? What are you thinking?
I think NXT does a great job. I needed more from a take home, but I know it's a special,
Yeah.
so it's a little different. And I know they have to save the big bucks for Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
But for the most part, excuse me, um, I loved the women's matches, and they were able to shine. And there were a few hiccups. I'm sure we'll pass through, but you know, we got to get to your man, girl.
Yeah, we do, because y'all really, really, really played with his emotions tonight. I will say that. Well, we kick off the show with Dragunov and Mello. Dragunov is back after, I don't know, putting blocks on his back and doing push-ups inside the gym. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. I really don't. So it's so much controversy. But Dragunov comes out here. He calls out Mello. Mello comes out. Mello has security. You know, he got his securities team coming out to keep the separation and protection of himself away from Dragunov, because obviously Dragunov is a lunatic and a crazy man, and
A
he
lunatic.
doesn't know. Yeah, he is. He's a lunatic. He definitely is. But yeah. So everything that has been going on in regards to this whole Trick and Mello thing, and Mello getting his way back into the title shot or title picture, in hopes of maybe taking the sweep to get that title back, according to him, for a Roadblock. But like I said, Mello coming out in what seems to have been I guess you could say, a correlation with Bailey's gear or outfit that she wore for SummerSlam when she came back and popped up on Bianca Belair. So like, I don't. Why, Chelsea? You guys think people are scared of people?
I mean, it
Mello,
does. It's very
Mello
questionable.
before.
Just a little bit. I have to agree with him on that one.
I ain't gonna say he's scared. I just think, like, you know what? Maybe the security is for technically more of the protection for what Mello could possibly do to Dragunov.
God.
So I'm not trying to hear anything that y'all got to say at all whatsoever. I'm just saying, it is what it is. But there's that. Okay, Ken. Maybe you should get you a fit like that. Y'all could be twins. Moving on to Kiana James and Kalani Jordan, KJ's, getting in the ring with each other. Really, really nice match between these two, especially with what happened last week and everything. And Izzy, my girl, getting involved and basically costing Kalani the match tonight, which Kiana James get that victory and everything. And Kiana and Iggy's, not Iggy, but Izzy, Lord, their relationship is, I actually do like it a lot. I enjoy it, even though Izzy doesn't wrestle that much, but it's not always nice to see Kiana James on your TV screen wrestling. It's also, for me, wise, it's always nice to see Kalani Jordan be in the ring as well. I think she is coming up within the ranks as being a really, really great wrestler, even with Kiana James as well. And I mean, hopefully to see more of Izzy in the ring too, though. But I mean, there's that. But what's even more interesting is, okay, because we get backstage and JC and Jasmine are back there talking, and Thea's kind of been in this not a spunkiest mood that she normally is in. And it kind of feels as if like, they're talking about the calendar, and they're kind of making Thea feel like she's a loser. Like, well, she's kind of been losing since she kind of got with JC Jane. Let's be very clear. She has been losing, but JC has been winning her matches. So I don't know, but something's not right about that. And then Kiana James and Izzy come around, and they start talking about the calendar thing, and they sold like 3 times max or whatever, and they kind of left Thea alone by herself and kind of went off and did her own thing. And honestly, it seemed like to me like JC is definitely the Regina George here for NXT, because she's gathering up a clique of girls, you know what I'm saying? And Thea is definitely Katie right now in this sense, I tell you that. Trying to best find her way, the best to fit in and everything, but I don't know. But it seems as if like, JC, she's done all this, and now, it's kind of like, fuck Thea, you don't matter anymore. I got me, some new girls I can hang around that's actually doing big business, and you need to figure out what you're gonna do, girl, because I don't know. But especially with Thea having a conversation with Fallon Henley too, and all these ladies got their own issues with Miss Fallon. So I don't know, honey, but you have to figure it out, girl. As we move on to Idris and Malik taking on Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, of course, the Good Brothers are here in NXT doing the do, and a really, really nice match. It's really nice to see the Good Brothers even wrestle in the ring, because we don't get to see them wrestle that often at all whatsoever. So to see them back down in NXT, it kind of gives a little old black and gold kind of vibes in a sense as well. So I definitely enjoyed this match. I think that Malik and Idris are fantastic in the ring. I feel like they work really, really well together. I understand, Stephanie, but somebody got to be the loser. And if they're not gonna win against Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, especially when they just brought their ass down here.
Yeah, it's clear they're getting worked for the tag team titles. I thought this was a great match.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, they like Tamara said, they do have a great chemistry in the ring, and they're all four great wrestlers. 2 veterans, 2 rookies trying to get their mold. Um, I think it was great. I really do, and I think that win or loss, they're getting exposure.
They
So
are.
you know when they do win and have their moment, child,
It's gonna be a great time.
it is.
And everything. So, but yeah, the Good Brothers, of course, did get that victory, but it's what happened afterwards. Now, after the match, of course, Luke and Carl, they call out the tag team champions, and then Chase Hughes, Andre Chase, and Duke come out, and of course they're upset about what happened last week. And then once again we got Axiom and Nathan coming out. They're upset about what happened last week, and looks as if like they were going to try to gang up on the Good Brothers. And then LWO's Joaquin Wild and Cruz del Toro came out, and they attacked the Good Brothers, while Baron and Braun are just sitting there looking like, look at all this drama over these titles. I don't know.
Mm.
But definitely seems like there's a lot that's going to be sparking up with the tag team division and everything. And luckily, we still have the men's tag team championship relevant enough to have all these tag teams to, do what they got to do down here. So,
Okay.
but there's that. Speaking of there's that, Oprah was in the Ava's office, of course, talking about a couple of things, and then the Dragunov comes up and stands behind that man as if like he was trying to put fear in that man's heart. That man smiled at him, laughed, and walked out. And Dragunov was like, "Ava, we got to talk." And it's just like, I don't know. I I know like not right now or whatever, but I know what everybody else is thinking. Book the damn match between these two. People do them
He gonna
crazy
try
ass
to take
stare
that.
down.
He gonna try to take that man title.
He might. I don't know. I don't know why Ava looks like that. It kind of gives me like how they be looking in my eyes with that
He's
look on
like, the fuck, big
girl.
chin ass.
Please don't come in here and fight in my little office. I just got this little Amazon table. Okay. Do not come in here and mess it up for me at all whatsoever. We don't need that. Speaking of what we needed, more women's matches here. Of course, on NXT, you can never go wrong with them having women's matches. So we got Roxanne Perez, of course, saw how she was acting last week, you know, being bitchy and mean and ungrateful and a child at that. And Jagara put her ass in her place and everything, which leads to this match here with Roxanne and Jakara. We don't really get to see Jakara in the ring that often, so uh, I'm not going to say she's a great wrestler because I don't see her in the ring that often at all whatsoever. But what I will say, she did hold her own, even with Last Legend being out there to be a little bit of an assistance to her. She still held her own in a bit, but Roxanne is on this mean streak and no, well, I can't say undefeated streak, but she's on a mean streak right now. And she's definitely proving it and showing the case to the girls. And this is not the last of Roxanne, honey. She's gonna be losing her mind all day. Jakara put her in a place. I could have sworn she was 7-0. What I meant was, if you were listening, I'm talking about in the promo that they had backstage, the segment is when she put her in her place. You can tap here and still put people in their place. It happens all the time. And then we got this little interaction between the Good Brothers and Braun and Baron Corbin. I don't know if they're gonna try to go into talk. I'm gonna say there's a lot of bald men up in here, but then Braun is the only one who still has hair. But I don't know. But it seems like maybe you know the Good Brothers know how to work their way around some things, and the Baron is a persuasive person. And if he know how to get you, he know how to get you. Ain't that right, Nikki?
Well, you know I love me some bald headed bear, honey.
you know. All right. And then we move on to Dijak versus Luca. Um, I mean, I guess this match is happening because Luca decided that he may possibly want to be Joe Gacy's lawyer in a sense, and this match happened. It wasn't that long. Dijak basically dominated this man. Luca did the best that he could. Um, and Dijak won. Well, he got flew. First of all, he got tossed over the damn commentary table as always. And I know that Vic is tired of his candy being wasted every chance he gets. I'm telling you that. And Booker T just got back. I'm sure he's not trying to go back home. I'm telling you that. I don't know. But I mean, he did get more offense than he thought he would. But I mean, you gotta give him a little something, something. You can't just go out there and get your ass beat. You gotta at least give them something, something to do. You know. But he ended up getting the victory, and Joe Gacy is out there out of his damn jacket and shit. You know. I don't know how the hell he got out, but there's that. And then we get to Laura and Tatum. Laura, of course, she retained her championship last week, even though Shotzi wasn't able to continue to compete within the match. She did send her condolences to Shotzi and said that whenever you're ready and you come back, girl, you'll have this opportunity. Whoever's holding the championship at that time, I guess. And then she says, Tatum, girl, I got a surprise for you. I got something for you. And the what she had for her was a tag team title shot against the Kabuki Warriors at Roadblock, which I think is absolutely great. In a sense, because the Kabuki Warriors are holding those tag titles, and I mean, they're the women's tag team champions for NXT does no longer exist. So I think that it's only right that they do defend those titles, on NXT as possible. There's tag teams down there, and Lara doesn't really have anything to do technically. But of course, if Roxanne Perez is somewhere in the picture, she's gonna find a way to get herself involved. Or at least cost Lara and Tatum the opportunity to win these tag titles.
I think it's a good opportunity too, to be honest.
Mhm. Definitely bring those titles down here. Give them a little something, something. Gotta do something big for Roadblock, especially when it's just a TV special. But even the TV specials, that doesn't mean anything. Speaking of meaning anything, Ridge Hollins decided that he wanted to break up the good things that were happening out here. For him to come out and just talk about whatever, and then we get the mystery person who apparently a lot of people thought was Okada or whatever. So I hope you guys are happy that that is not who y'all thought it was. And it ended up being Sean Spears. He is no longer Ty Dillinger, the perfect 10. Honestly, truly, I'm not gonna lie, he was not someone I was expecting to be at all. He did not for 1 second cross my mind. But me and Nikki was like, damn, is that Randy Orton? Because I was like, now Randy, not you out here playing with these people, but um definitely was not expecting this to be Sean Spears at all whatsoever. I didn't expect it. Why? Because I wasn't thinking of this man. I thought he was still in AEW. Not gonna even lie. At the start, maybe he just wasn't doing anything. Normally, like the rest of the roster happens to not do anything. And then boom, he pops up here in NXT, and his feud is trying to help Ridge Holland remember who he is. So congratulations. Means that we're going to be getting the Iconics, maybe not. Who truly knows? Because Cassie is pregnant now again, and who knows what happened. But right now, let's see what Sean Spears has in store with us, and he's keeping this chair gimmick, I guess, in a sense as well. So shout out to him.
I
Girl,
was shocked.
you don't know that.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like, man, I was like, I turned to my granny. I said, "You know who that is, right?" She was like, "Hell no." And then I'm like, like it's really Randy Orton. And then I look and I said, "Never mind, never mind. Don't think about it. Don't even think about it.
I'm screaming.
Don't even think about it."
So this match here, Von Wagner versus Lexis King. I don't care about either one of these two. I'm not gonna even
Yeah.
lie. I'm gonna say right now. So Lexis King decided he want to take out Mr. Stone or whatever. And Von Wagner actually gets the victory over Lexis King, which I was not expecting, but with Mr. Stone's distraction, he ended up getting the victory. But Lexis King was not too happy about that, so he ended up attacking both of them.
Hmm.
And then who gave a fuck after Sean Spears return? Even Vic and Booker didn't care. Well, I did because we had Gigi and motherfucking Jayla Parker out here putting on a clinical online. But they had a good match though. I will say that this. But what was pissing me off is the fact that Ariana Grace came out here. What was your point of being here? I know you're trying to keep the peace and love and all this and that, but these girls not looking for peace and love. The only peace they're gonna get is whoever win after this match. You coming out here and you basically cost Gigi the match. You did. You caused Gigi the match. So like I get it what you're trying to do, Ariana, but you pissing me off. This match was perfectly fine without you coming out here trying to be a distraction and literally being a distraction, and you caused Gigi the match. So girl.
It
But
was foolish. I don't know. My thing is with Miss wannabe ass Miss America or whatever the hell she is. I just no. I just can't do it with her. She's so late. Like she's so 2000. She's so I want to be king and more. She's just not the girl that she's just not the girl that she thinks she is. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Like that's how I feel,
mm,
and that's where I'm at with it.
I'm over it. But shout out to Jada for getting the victory and everything. She looked great. I think she's definitely gonna be moving up within the ranks. Honestly, it's like that Gigi keeps losing though when she's like a great wrestler. But damn, girl, you haven't really caught a break.
Mm-mm.
Like I ain't gonna lie, a lot of y'all was like, "Oh, Gigi was a star."
What
You
happened?
see exactly who was the actual star when Toxic Attraction went their separate ways, because everybody was like, "Oh, Gigi's gonna be the bigger star than JC."
Mm.
I don't see it happening at all whatsoever. Like she's great, she really is great in the ring, but being great in the ring is not enough. You need to do a little bit more, Gigi, girl. I'm telling you, because right
What do
now
you
it's
think she's lacking?
aura. She
Mm,
doesn't have it.
okay, I like that.
Charisma, like it's not how it was when she first came onto the scene, and then aligning herself with Toxic Attraction, and then boom, that whole thing kind of skyrocketed, and then now it's just like, oh, there's no development with Gigi at all whatsoever. It's the same thing with her. There's nothing has changed for her, you know, at all whatsoever. Yes, she may have got new gear, changed it up a bit, but that's about it. Other than that, it's just there's nothing else that is making me personally feel like I should care. So
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
true.
But
I could see that. I was just curious. Like, hmm.
well, as we move on, because we got a video thing of showing of "See You Soon" at Roadblock, and I'm just gonna assume that Miss Soul Ruka is coming back because she's already had a live show match for NXT. So I'm just gonna assume that the only person I know about the Beaches and Waves is Soul Ruka. So unless they got somebody else coming in out the way, that's the only thing I can think of that's over here by these beach waves. But other than that, I know this has to be Soul Ruka. There's no other way around it unless y'all got somebody different. So she's supposed to be at Roadblock. What is she gonna do at Roadblock? I have no idea, but I'm definitely gunning on it to be So Ruka. I am. I'm excited for her to come back. I mean, she got taken out too early and too soon within her career wise, especially with her move set and just her period. So I'm really excited to have her back and see her back in the ring, and everything like that. So I don't know. Maybe she's gonna be in her own issue. Bonjour, Joam. Happy to have you here. But yeah, so I don't know what's gonna happen. For Soruka, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna have a problem with Blair Davenport because Blair Davenport, I believe, was the one who actually got her out. Was she, or did she have her injured alive event? I think she got taken out by Blair Davenport. Don't quote me if I'm wrong because that's the last time I think I remember seeing Soruka was when the whole Blair Davenport shit was going on. That's the last I can remember. So. And then we get into what would be our last match for the night. Technically the main event. Nomandar taking on one of these four gentlemen for the Heritage Cup Championship or Cup, basically. Okay, so yeah, so I think she did injure a live event, and they explained with Blair taking her out. Okay, so probably she's gonna have her own thing with Blair Davenport. I'm sure Blair got a lot of people that she took out that she's gonna have to come face to face with. Simple as that. So Norman found out who he was going to be facing, and he faced Charlie Dempsey for his Heritage Cup. And I ain't gonna lie, Charlie was really working that man. He was. Charlie was definitely working Norman Dar. Norman Dar did tie it up 1-1, but it wasn't enough because, well, Aura, girl, it's just you out there. There's three other people, okay? And even though you tried your best, it did not help at all because now we have a new
Mm-mm.
inexperienced Cup winner, which I think he is the perfect one to win this out of these three because I mean, I just feel like it would be
It's
best for him.
definitely giving Iron Claw.
I mean, he has to look for it.
Yeah, he definitely looks like not
Kevin,
Kevin, but no, the one that went to New Japan and wrestled and passed away. That one.
no, okay.
He damn, I can't think of his name. Kevin survived.
Mm.
Um, I can't think of his name, but I mean, just absolutely looks just like him. It's scary. Like,
It's not the Iron Claw. But
You
yeah,
said,
no, he was saying what, and again it's like she's talking about the Iron Claw.
yeah,
Um but yeah, I think that are you talking about Carrie?
Carrie, Carrie.
Okay.
Yes, it was Carrie that went over, and he went over to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I think they found him overdosed, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Chris
I
was
still
the
haven't
one.
seen the movie.
Yeah, it's all the deaths were in,
Yeah, The Dark Side of the Ring and everything too.
yeah, and everything, but
Actually seeing it,
oh my god,
them actually do it. I still have not seen Iron Claw at all
it's
whatsoever. And
totally
I think they're
different.
still showing it in my movie theater, but I just
Mhm.
haven't went to see it.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's totally different. Like,
I believe it. But shout out to Charlie Dempsey for getting this victory. Like I said, I'm sure that Noman Dar is gonna get this cut back. He who normally a lot of times whoever wins beats Noman Dar for this Heritage Cup, he just gonna get it back. Now, I don't know if he's gonna have to gather some more people to take out the other three or whatever,
right.
but that's something I can think of because Oro girl, it's just you by yourself. You Lash might can big boot one of them and help you out. You know, I don't know if Jakar better do it. I don't think so, but shout out to a new winner. Also Sean Spears, he said he would be at Roadblock, and I'm sure that him and Ridge are probably gonna have like a match or something, or maybe a segment or whatever. And he wants to remind Ridge of who he is, and he needs to, open up and blah blah and shit like that or whatever. So let's see what we have for Roadblock. Now we get into what's closing of the show, which is the contract signing for Roadblock. Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes with Ava out here getting ready, like I said, to sign this contract for the NXT World Championship match happening next week. And
Crazy.
well, it's not happening anymore because it seems to me that Tony D'Angelo, being who he is, paid off a lot of people, had a discussion with Ava, and he feels as if like he has earned an opportunity or should do it the right way to earn an opportunity to face Dragunov at Stand and Deliver for the NXT World Championship. Now, Mello, on the other hand, is like, what the hell is going on? Why are you here? What's the point? Like, you didn't paid off the damn security to leave. You talking to Ava behind my back to take an opportunity away from me just so you can try to get an opportunity, shit like that or whatever. So, well, the match has been official that and Ava put it and left it in Dragunov's hands, and it's going to be official. Mello is going to take on Tony D'Angelo, and whoever wins will be going to Stand and Deliver um, to face Dragunov. And, well, we'll just have to kind of see how that goes, but we know who was left standing, and that was that man right there. Because there was a miscommunication between Tony. I guess whatever Mello was saying that Tony was getting up under his skin to the point where Tony decided he wanted to stand up, and then he ended up, like I said, dragging out being a lunatic that he is. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he got elbowed the fuck back, and then Tony got put through a table. And well, this is on our way to Roadblock. So we'll be having Carmelo versus Tony D'Angelo, like I said, for a number one contendership opportunity to take on Dragunov at Stand Deliver. Now, depending on what happens next week, I already know exactly who's going to be going to Stand and Deliver. Absolutely. I know Trick is probably going to show up, cost Melo the opportunity. He's going to beat the hell out of Melo, or Melo might run away. And then boom, he's gonna challenge him to a match at Stand and Deliver. Then we're gonna have Trick and Mello at Stand and Deliver, and then we're gonna have Dragunov and Tony D'Angelo for Stand and Deliver. That's all I got. That's how I'm picturing it's how it's gonna happen. So, but speaking of Roadblock, we got an Asylum match between Dijak and Joe Casey. We have the NXT Tag Team Championship, Braun and
We're not
Baron
doing
versus
predictions.
Chu. Huh?
We're not doing predictions.
Well, I mean, They don't have all the matches, but I guess we can in a sense because they don't have a full match card.
Your call. I
Mm-mm.
mean, I thought we were doing predictions.
Well, I was saying because they don't have the full match card, so like I know that's normally how we do it, but I mean like this is the
Right.
only match card we kind of have here. We can't.
I
I
mean,
mean we
yeah.
can go off
I mean,
these
we really
here.
ain't gonna have time to do predictions for the other matches, really.
To be honest, because they probably gonna make shit on the fly anyway. So um, I'm gonna go Joe Gacy on this one.
I'm gonna also go Joe Gacy.
Okay. I gotta represent for my HBCU. But I
I
think it'd
think,
be yeah. But I mean, it's so difficult to kind of say. But I'm gonna go with Chase U, absolutely.
yeah.
But with Braun being signed to the main roster, don't know really how much longer he's gonna be down here in NXT to be holding these titles.
I'm gonna go with Corbin and Braun based off the fact that I do think they walk in, stand and deliver as
Mm-hmm.
champs, but I don't think they're gonna walk out. That's
Yeah.
that's where that's where I'm at with it. I think it's gonna belong to the OC.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to see. Speaking of seeing, we have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. The Kabuki Warriors versus the NXT Women's Champion Live by Kira and Tatum Paxley. I do feel like the Kabuki Warriors are going to retain because there's probably going to be some miscommunications with Tatum and Lyra because of Roxanne. And maybe Lola get her ass out here and be involved too. Because where has she been since then? Okay. But what you got?
I think this is a layup because they don't have anyone for Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So what does that mean?
like, I think this is like just a layup match. Like, they're just giving her the opportunity. Like, they haven't built anyone up for her title. So I don't think she's gonna win the championships, but I think this is just like a layup match for the Kabuki Warriors and just a layup for Lyra to be on the card, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm going Kabuki Warriors for sure.
Shout out to the Kabuki Warriors. Okay. And then, I mean, they don't, like I said, don't have anything else. So that's pretty much that there. I kind of already know what's going to happen with Mello and Joe Gacy. Mello is not going to win. I mean, not Joe Gacy, but Mello and Tony D'Angelo. Mello is not going to win. Tony is going to win, go to Stand and Deliver because they're going to plan for tricking Mello at Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
So I'm not putting no high hopes in that match. If whatever happens, happens. But come on now. The story is writing itself. We may have Brooke Jensen versus Obafemi for the NXT North American Championship because they were backstage and he kind of did challenge him or wants to have opportunity to face him. So I don't know. It might be added on there. And if so, Oba's gonna win. So I mean they don't need it right now. I'm saving Lyra for Philly. Probably so. I can
Yeah.
see Bayley Boston Kabuki Warriors. I mean if she wanted to, but I doubt that she would. I mean, she may come. I mean, I don't know. I can't necessarily say. Maybe Bailey don't even show up because there's other things getting involved there. So, but other than that, that's pretty much all of NXT and everything. Of course, we'll be back next week for Roadblock and stuff like that too to talk about that. But continue on with this week on Thursday. We do have our final interview of this month for Black History Month Spotlight dropping with Matt.
Uh oh.
What are we dropping? Huh?
I said, uh oh.
Oh, that'll be dropping. Also, we'll be back for TNA Wrestling, the aftermath of No Surrender. We'll talk a little bit No Surrender. And then, of course, we'll be talking about that night show. And then, of course, we'll be, speaking of not showing up, I'm going to be asleep for TNA talking. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the communication. Appreciate it. You know, great. And then we'll be back on Sunday, of course, for a reality TV fix. So definitely pull up for that. That is only on Twitch and everything. Other than that, shout out to Battleground Podcast as always for having us here. I could have sworn they posted that they had an interview with Darby Allin.
I'm not sure, but I saw Chad Gable.
I didn't see Chad Gable, but I think I saw something with Darby Allin, but I could be incorrect. But if it happens, you heard it here first. So, and also continue to follow us on all social media platforms at the Shakkas Den, all over, and everything like that. So, once again, we'll see you guys back on Thursday for TNA wrestling. You guys have a great night. And once again, this is NXT Uncut on your Tuesdays nights in the Shakers Den, where it's invite only. Bye.